Ladies and gentlemen, that was an absolutely boring game to watch. But we expected it because it's Getafe. Getafe are trash. Getafe are garbage. Getafe play haram football. They play terroristic football. And we already knew what we were going to get today. But it doesn't matter because in the end, Barcelona did what we always do and we turned up when we need to. We got the win. Comfortable win in the end. My prediction, just like I predicted on my match preview, 3-0. And ladies and gentlemen, we move on. Another win. And yet again, ladies and gentlemen, a great performance from some of the key players in this game. But big up to every single one of you guys who are here, man. This is the instant match reaction to the Barcelona versus Getafe game, guys, which Barcelona, we comfortably won 3-0. It was never really in doubt, man. We were absolutely comfortable for basically 99.99% of that game. Right? We knew we were the favorites. We knew what we were going to get into. We knew we were going to get most of the ball. We were just thinking, how were we going to be able to deal with Getafe's low blocks? How are we going to be able to deal with the way they were going to play? And listen, we saw how Getafe played today. Getafe did not come to play football. They did not come to play any kind of football. These guys were playing terroristic football. They were clattering our players, absolutely trying to injure our players, the disgusting club that they are, Getafe, right? But we handled it well. And you know what? Credit to the team today. Because you know one thing I loved about that performance? Is the fact that Getafe came in, they set up the way we knew they were going to set up. We knew they were going to play a completely defensive, park the bus, park the airplane kind of football. But the best part today was how we were able to break through that low block, bro. So many different times. The long passes today, absolutely 10 out of 10. The midfielders today were cooking. Pedri today was absolutely cooking. Rafinha today wasn't necessarily his best game, but brother, that first goal, that first assist, the assist wasn't given to him. But for me, I think he deserves the assist for that. His pass is what made that whole goal, right? And in the end, we won 3-0 with Ferran Torres' brace and Dani Olmo getting in the score sheet, guys. But listen, let's get straight into it. Hansi Flick, ladies and gentlemen, decided to go with this lineup. And this lineup was actually very close to what I predicted the lineup was going to be in my match preview. See, I actually got the defense completely correct. I said we were going to see Christensen and Eric Garcia play in this game. And long behold, he played Eric Garcia and Christensen with Gerard Martin on the fullback positions alongside Jules Koundé, Jean Garcia in goal. The midfield was surprising. I thought that he was going to bench De Jong and potentially play Casado in this game, but he started De Jong in this game. Dani Olmo, like I said, he started today. I thought Ronny Baji today would have been coming in instead of Rafinha, but he decided to keep Rafinha, play Ferran Torres on the left, and Lewandowski today started in the attack today. And look, I'm going to be very honest, this was a very, very good lineup, right? The lineup was good. I was very surprised at certain players who were playing in this game, players like Frenkie de Jong, right, who we know just came back from injury. But it didn't matter, right? Because from the start of the game, we were comfortably ahead of them. We were absolutely cooking them in most of the first half. And like I mentioned, what really impressed me about this game is how we were able to break through the low blocks that they were playing. Let's start with the first goal. That first goal by Ferran Torres. Rafinha, bro. The vision to find Dani Olmo. And listen, I got to give credit to Dani Olmo because Dani Olmo got the assist. But Dani Olmo's assist itself was absolutely elite, right? He got the ball. Amazing pass there by Rafinha. He absolutely finds Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo backheels it. Completely bewilders the defense. Backheels it, finds Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres finds the goal. 1-0. And we started the game well. And we were absolutely cooking. And then before you know it, another long pass finds Rafinha again. And I'll be honest, when I first saw it, I thought he was offside. But they say he started the play in his own box. So that I didn't even know that because the ball was moving the game was moving so fast, so I couldn't see it. But he got the ball, found Ferran Torres again, and then Ferran Torres got his second goal. And look, that first half, we were comfortable. Absolutely comfortable. Getafe offered nothing, which we're not even surprised by. I knew Getafe were not going to offer us anything. I knew they were going to come in and they were going to sit back, and they did. And you know what? They're a disgusting club, man. They came in today, and they were not even trying to play football. They were just trying to just kick the ever-living crap out of our players. They were kicking bro, Jules Koundé was fighting for his life in that first half. The amount of times these guys were assaulting him in that game. It was disgusting. And then we go halftime, 2-0, comfortable. Hansi Flick makes the changes at halftime, brings on Rashford for Rafinha. And look, for me, the substitution for Rafinha was kind of necessary because he was on a yellow, and importantly, he nearly got a red card when he shoved that Getafe player, and I think he was on his final warning, so Flick didn't want to risk it, so he just took him off, brought in Marcus Rashford. Rashford was playing on the right today, which was surprising. That's not really a place that he's known for playing for, but he came in, played on the right, and look, ladies and gentlemen, he got the assist for the third goal. He's continuing his good form. Fair play to Rashford, right? It wasn't his best game, but listen, he came on the second half. There's only so much he could do. But most importantly, he made an impact, which is important. Rashford making an impact is important to this team, right? Because I don't think players like Rafinha are playing well, but they're making impacts at least. They're getting goals or they're getting assists. And for Rashford, since the international break, he's really come back in form. He got an assist in the game against Valencia, nearly got a goal, got a brace in the Champions League against Newcastle, and then came on today from the bench and got another assist for Dani Olmo's goal. And an amazing goal, 3-0, comfortable. We were absolutely comfortable for the rest of the game. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, there's not really much to say about this game, because truth be told, apart from the goals, nothing else happened. Nothing else happened. It was really, really comfortable for Barca, right? Getafe, I think, in the second half actually improved. They were taking more chances than they did in the first half, right? They had a few shots here and there, but really, Jean Garcia, he could have had a seat, a newspaper, the amount of stuff he had to do in the game today. Absolutely nothing. And I'm not going to lie to you, that was an easy game. And I'm happy that we at least won the game by more than a goal, which is one thing I was worried about, right? So I'm happy about it. Now, for me, the highlights today from the players that I would say, were the highlights of the game, Pedri, bro. The passing today. Bro, there was a pass he made in that first half where for Ferran Torres' almost hat-trick. That vision to find Ferran Torres in the box. Ferran Torres should have done better and scored a hat-trick there, man. But once again, this guy, it's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Elite footballer, man. And bro, he played in the Champions League and then played, almost 90 minutes today? I don't think he played 90 minutes. But he played well today. I think both midfielders played well today. I think De Jong also did his thing today. Shout out to the defense. The defense didn't have to do much today. Christensen today came on, right? He started today. And listen, I've always said this about Christensen, man. 7 out of 10 player. Every single game. The brother never has a terrible game, right? And that's why we need to keep playing him more. And also, shout out to Ferran Torres. He was poor in the game against Valencia, but he made up for it today. Got 2 goals today, right? Great performance today. But if there's any low light I need to talk about, is Robert Lewandowski. I gave Robert Lewandowski the benefit of the doubt against Newcastle, because I said, you know what? He was starved. He was absolutely starved. But I'm not going to lie to you, man. I was watching the game today, and positionally, I didn't see Lewandowski in the attack. I was very surprised by that. I didn't see him in the box. I was seeing Ferran Torres in the 9 more times than I was seeing Lewandowski. And Ferran Torres was playing on the left for most of the game. He wasn't in the right areas. And you got to do better. And you know what's funny? In the game, Pedri laid a great chance for him. I think when it was 1-0 or 0-0, which he should have scored. But he was the low light of the game today, to be honest, right? Because I think everybody else today had a pretty good game today, right? So shout out to the team, shout out to the players, shout out to the manager, shout out to everybody, man. Great performance, 3-0, ladies and gentlemen. We continue our good start from the international break. But now we have another game. Oviedo is our opponents. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Away of Oviedo, we need to go out there and we need to make an impact. I want to see another big performance. Listen, Oviedo haven't been really playing well. I don't see them as a threat. Okay, but we need to make sure that when we go to when we play away to Oviedo, get a big impact win. And then next up, It's Real Sociedad at home, and I expect us to batter them like we did last season at home, ladies and gentlemen. But let me know what you guys are saying about this game in the comment section below. Who was the player who stood out for you in this game today? Who would you guys say stood out for you in the game? Who do you guys think needs to improve? Who do you guys think maybe needs to start more? Who do you guys think needs to be benched in this game, guys? But let me know what you guys are saying in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, 3 points, amazing performance. Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalonia, and peace, you guys. Take care.